Emma looked down at the letters spread across the table. There. Ink smudged now with her tears. For the first time, she didn't feel only loss, she felt connection. She felt the presence of a man who had loved her all along, from the edges of her life. That night, as Emma drove home, the moon hung low in the sky, glowing like a lantern in the dark. She carried the letters beside her on the passenger seat. No longer just scraps of paper, but bridges to a man she wished she had known. The truth was painful. It was heavy. But it was also a gift. Henry had loved her, and now, finally, she knew. When Emma returned to Boston, the old house no longer felt like a stranger's property, felt alive with meaning, with echoes of love and regret that pulsed through its walls. She carried the truth from Aunt Mary in her heart, heavy but clarifying. And she knew she needed to see Henry's world again this time, not as a stranger, but as a daughter. She pushed open the front door. The wooden floor creaked beneath her. Shoes, but the sound seemed gentler now, like the sigh of someone relieved to welcome her back. Dust motes floated in the sunlight, streaming through the windows. And the smell of aged wood mixed with something faintly floral. She realized it. Was lavender her mother's favorite scent? Had Henry planted it outside for her? Emma moved from room to room, slowly, deliberately. Letting her fingertips brush over the furniture, the faded curtains, the framed photographs. She paused at the mantel where that picture of Henry and her young mother still stood. She touched the frame and whispered, "I know now." Her steps carried her up the narrow staircase, past wallpaper faded with decades of sunlight, to the attic door. She pushed it open and climbed the steps into a room filled with boxes, trunks, and the smell of cedar. She pulled open the first trunk and gasped. Inside were scrapbooks, page after page of carefully collected mementos of her life. There was her kindergarten class photo, cut neatly from a yearbook. Her high school graduation program, pressed between the pages. A newspaper clipping about the local choir concert where Emma had once sung a solo. Even the flyer from a charity bake sale where she had baked cookies with her classmates. Emma sank to her knees, her hands shaking as she turned the pages. "He was there," she whispered. "He saw me." He cared. In the corner of the attic stood a stack of journals, their spines worn but intact. She picked one at random and opened it.